What's up, guys? My name is JamieHallman. I own Hallman Window Washing here in the Southwest Michigan area. Um, the teacher decided to give me a call, and we kind of go back a little bit. I know Mr. Ramsdells from school, and we've kept up with each other the last few years. But he gave me a set of questions. I guess I'm considered a micro business. And I would love to just, give you guys some information, give you some tips and some knowledge about what to expect if you wanted to partake in that or embark on a journey of, being an entrepreneur. So I'm just going to get right into it. I've been in business about 5 years. One thing that kind of sets me apart is I started doing this part-time. Okay, I didn't put all my eggs in one basket, which is huge. I think from my success that I've had thus far, I have a long way to go. I have big plans, big goals, set goals, and try to meet those goals daily. But I just didn't dive in head first. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of hitting up people that had done what I wanted to do and got knowledge from them and learned from their mistakes. So I went 3 years part-time. I worked at Western Michigan University, and whenever I decided to go full in, I let the company grow organically. So I, didn't take out any loans. I didn't take out any money from anywhere. I just kind of let the money from the company grow itself. So, and I think that helps a lot when you're not totally dependent on a business and put all your eggs in one basket. It helps tremendously with your stress, with the business itself, and ultimately with your goals and success. So I'm gonna just jump right into it here. The first one that I'm seeing here is, what type of advertising do you use to help your business become well known? I started my business on Facebook. I use social media to my advantage the best I could. I'm 32 years old. I'm not super young, but I'm not super old. So I'm kind of right in the middle there, where I know, what the trends are, how to get people's attention online. My target audience is really older females. Being a window cleaning business, that's just kind of who contacts me. And I use Facebook as a huge catalyst and word of mouth early on in 2018 when I started. It's changed significantly over the last 5 years. I'm not totally dependent on Facebook anymore. Once I got on Google, it really catapulted me. I set up a business page on Google and really just hit the ground running with that. SEO work, which is search engine optimization, is pretty well known. It helps, it does, but there's a lot of gimmicky stuff out there. I use reviews on Facebook and on Google as my number one SEO. Okay, if that makes sense. I think reviews are way better SEO than actual SEO. It's just kind of like the gold standard. So other than that, I haven't done a bunch of advertising. I let my clients do the advertising for me. I let my work do the advertising for me. I may put up a yard sign here, a yard sign there. I may, I have these really good uniforms made up, the hats, my logo. I did deck out a van with my logo on it that I use everywhere. That's just a rolling billboard. That's massive. But I have not dumped a lot of money at all into advertising. And I can go into more of how I got my name out there, kind of later on. But next question is, how do you stand out from your competitors and get people to go to and through your business instead of your competitors? So in the realm of home-based service businesses, so you're looking at plumbers, electricians, window cleaners, pressure washers, people that take care of homes or help people take care of their homes. I just wanted a logo that did not look like anybody else's. I wanted colors that no one else had. There's a couple window cleaner companies in our area that love red. There's two of them in particular, and they're probably the biggest ones. They're franchises, but they're red. They're both red. So I could not be red, and I don't like red. Go blue. So I chose blue, and I chose black. My guy here, advertising wise, I made on Fiverr. I had a guy from across the seas, best $50 I've ever spent. Gave him a couple pictures of me. Don't have my glasses on right now, but gave him a couple pictures of me, and he drew up a good cartoon logo for me, and I think that served me well. It gets a lot of people's attention. So just really letting your work and your work ethic set you apart. I'm big with relationship building with my clients, so I don't just go in there, do the job, and leave. I try to get to know them, and I try to find common interests or common people that we may know to really help. I'm inside homes. I am, in their most, darkest places of their homes. I mean, I'm in their bedrooms. I'm in their bathrooms. I'm in these places, and they got to trust me, and you got to set that foundation very early on for you to be successful in people's homes. So I think that's huge. Next question. When you first started your business, how did you promote your product or service? Like I said, I did it on Facebook. It was all word of mouth. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I really just let word of mouth hit. From the first year, it was only like half a year. It's seasonal in Michigan. I don't do a ton of cleaning in the winter, so there's probably a good 8 months that I'm able to go out and do the service. Most people don't want their windows cleaned in the middle of winter, so that's kind of how I catapulted. So next question. Do you post your business on social media? If so, which platform? Yes, I am everywhere that you can be. I am on Facebook. I am on Google. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on anywhere and everywhere, because you don't know where you're going to get your exposure. So, and another thing is you want to really set it the same across these platforms, the same logo, the same profile picture, all this stuff, so people just get to know your brand. So yes, I'm anywhere and everywhere. Next question: how do you get your social media account online traffic to promote your business? Sometimes I will pay for ads via Facebook or whatever. That's changed a ton in the last few years, so I don't want to pay somebody to do it, and I'm busy enough right now. Being a solo owner operator, I do all the work, I do all the calls, the estimates, everything. So I'm pretty busy. So I don't really need, at this point in the business, to go out and look for jobs. I'm usually 3 months booked at a time. I'm already 35 to 40% booked for all of next season. So I'm getting to a point now, growing pains, right? So I am going to have to hire within the next couple of years. So I don't go out looking for online traffic. I like the organic traffic that comes my way, because it's the people that want to be there and didn't get sucked in through an invite or sucked in through something else that maybe it's not really an engaging audience. So next question: what advice would you give to a new entrepreneur so they do not go bankrupt? My biggest advice is, do not put all your eggs in one basket starting off. And I only have experience in window cleaning. And doing it the way I did it is I started out part-time. The money that came in was extra money that we didn't necessarily need. So the stress level wasn't there. A lot of guys, whether gals, whatever, they'll pull out the 401ks, they'll pull out a second mortgage, they'll pull out all this stuff to really go all in on the dream. And I respect that, I really do. But it puts so much stress on you, and it puts so much just pressure, to really go out and perform. And a lot of the time, I think the statistic is most companies don't make a profit until after like 4 or 5 years. I don't have a ton of overhead in my business. And if you don't know what overhead is, it's like the expenses that you accrue in order to operate your business. Once I have the tools and stuff that I need to window clean, which I use special tools. It's not just a squeegee and a rubber. I use what's called water-fed pole cleaning. So I have a whole system that purifies water down that puts it into tanks. The tanks, I can extract the pure water out, and I can actually clean up to 5 stories of windows from the ground using a pole that's very light, carbon fiber, and it can clean the window. And I've put tens of thousands of dollars into this the last few years, but I did it organically. So I did it at a snail's pace. No loans other than the van. The van, I needed a new van this year, so a bigger one. So I did take out a loan for the van. But really, I would say just grow slow. Make a heck of a business plan. Know what your target audience is, and get you a marketing company that knows what they're doing, and that can put you in front of your target audience and can put you in front of who is most engaged with you. So next question, what planning took place when you were in the first steps of creating your business? Honestly, I did this all on a whim. I'm not gonna lie. I flew off the seat of my pants for the first 2 years. I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. I never thought I was going to be in a spot where I am right now. But it worked. Turns out I'm a heck of a people person, and I perform certain jobs really well. So, I mean, honestly, once I figured out the science behind window cleaning, the window cleaning became the easy part. It was the people, the estimates, the back work that after cleaning for 6 to 8 hours, I go home and work for another 3, catching up with estimates, returning calls, returning texts, returning emails, getting invoices done, doing that whole thing. So I'm still learning every day. I am by no means there, by no means, but I'm profitable. I can support my family with what I'm doing, even in this day and age, in this economy. That's huge. And I create my own hours. I probably only work right now. That'll change in the next few years, but I only work 8 to 9 months out of the year. So yeah. So next question, what skills are important to have to start your own business? I would say, really just skill-wise, you need to be super, what's what I'm looking for? Super motivated, super organized. You need to have a solid rock business plan. You need to, be just, you need to be all there. You can't just half have a foot in, half have a foot out. I have a lot of, friends and family or whatever over the years that have done different things, but none of them ever really blossomed into a company or a business because they thought that they could do half effort and expect a full result. And you can't do that. You need to be all in all the time, and you need to have a really good discipline when it comes to that. Yeah. So next question, how'd you get your startup funds? As young entrepreneurs, we do not have much money to work with. Where do you think the best place to start finding funding for your business? There are a lot of programs around Kalamazoo area, which if you bring up a business plan, a business model, I can't even think of the names of them right now, and I can get these names, but the programs that have back investors, or the city will help you. You can get grants, which grants you do not have to pay back. You can take out business loans. Like I said, I did it all organically, so I didn't need to take out any of that stuff, and that's what I recommend that you try and do with whatever you're doing. That way, if things go south, you're not completely underwater, especially if it's like a storefront situation, boutique, something like that. So, but there are many things or programs out there that can help you get some money. I've thought about looking into it. I haven't had the time to look into it. I've been told there's people that can help me with that, or help people that are looking for it with that. I know guys, pressure washing guy down in, I think it was Lawton, got like a $20,000 grant last year, for just the work that he's doing. He's pressure washing, which pressure washing is like concrete houses and stuff like that. So there's money there. There's a lot of money that goes unclaimed. So what has been the most challenging part of starting your own business? How do you overcome this challenge? For me, very early on, it was time. I did not have a lot of time. I still have a growing family. My wife was a teacher at the time. Time is money, and money you get reoccurring, always going to come. Time does not. So I had to find a good balance, and early on I did not have that balance. I'm still working on that. So I think, just setting realistic expectations. And I got really busy really quickly after like the first 3 years. So once those calls started coming in and I got these jobs, it was great for me. But at the same time, I was like, I worked 10 hours today and now I got to go home and work more. I didn't see my wife today. I didn't see my kids much today. You got to set boundaries. You got to set expectations. And in the long run, it'll be better. You may think, I'm losing money. I'm doing this, doing that. People understand. I've had very good clients. I've had very good, I have a very patient wife, which she's helped me. I wouldn't have done it without her, to be where I am today. So, for me, it was time. And I'm slowly trying to still critique that a little bit to get where I want to be. So, how did you determine the prices for your products or services? I got deeply involved in some threads online, some groups on Facebook early on. There is a big association for window cleaners, believe it or not, just like everything else, a lot of guys out there have been doing it for a long time. Each region of the U.S. is different. Each state, really. I mean, even from here up to Grand Rapids, the prices are different. So I kind of found what other people were charging, and I found what some competitors at the time were charging, and I started lower. I charge by the window, so I just, critiqued it until I found out what I like to do, find out what I don't like to do. I do screen cleaning, track cleaning, which is the space underneath the window, the glass cleaning. I offer house washing, but I contract that out to another business because I can't do everything. And I'm not at a spot to hire at the moment. So yeah, it's just you can critique that at any time. And I'm always critiquing that. So where do you begin when trying to reconstruct your business website? So there are a lot of good tech guys out there. I'm not very techy. My brother created my website for me, and he did a good job with it. I got to critique it. It has been updated in a few years, but people are good at different things. Find somebody that went to school. My biggest motto is do it right the first time. Don't let your, some schmuck down the road who says he can do coding and all this because he taught himself, try a website for you. It's probably not that hard, but I'd rather pay somebody a little bit more money who's went to school for it or who has the backup to show me that they've created these websites, and have it done right the first time. So that's my thing on that. How do you decide how many employees you would need? That depends how big you want to be. For a home-based service business, if you want more work, you need to hire more people. If you want a bigger profit margin, you need to hire more people. I don't have any employees right now. That's going to change. By the time I'm 40, I'm 32 right now, I want to be, they call it off the glass. So I don't want to be cleaning anymore. I want 3 crews of 2 people to go out and do my cleaning for me. And I'm on the back end taking the calls, doing the sales, getting them jobs, and once they're properly trained, I'll have a tech lead and a gal probably with me in the office. And it just all depends on how big you want to be. I know some guys that, just like me right now, I'm a one-man show. They stay one-man shows because it's convenient. You create your own schedule whenever you want. You don't have to put up with, they call it adult babysitting, with employees. Things get weird sometimes with people, and just them not showing up. You're stuck with all these houses this week because somebody quit. There's so much stuff that goes on. But I don't think I want to be solo for very much longer. It's hard work. It's extremely hard work. Ladders, I call it working the pole, right? So and I'll throw some videos in here, but to kind of see what I do, but it gets very tiring, so you definitely want people behind you. Let's see. Are you planning to expand your business as an opening a new location? If so, how, when will you get the funding? So I don't have a location per se. I don't need a storefront because I don't have products. My product is my service. So right now I do everything from my home. And I I'm just fine doing that. Me and my wife may move in the next couple of years, and when we do, I mean, stay local, but when we do, I'll probably get a big pole barn, and that'll be my my hub. Have all my stuff, and I do got quite a bit of equipment, and things. But right now, unless you have 10 or 15 employees, you really don't need a hub. When I get some employees, I'll probably have a pole barn, next to the house, a couple acres, and that's where they come. And you don't need much space doing what I'm doing. So let's see. How do you find staff that care about their job and provide good customer service? See, this is huge because I've dealt with this in my head for a long time, and I've learned from people that I have put myself around. You want to put yourself around successful people so you can be successful. I have found networking groups on Facebook in the Kalamazoo area that have meant the world to me because it's local leaders who are successful in their businesses no matter what they are, and they have given me advice, free advice. They've given me opportunities. My name's out there every time somebody asks about window cleaning or pressure washing. I'm up there in this group, and it has tens of thousands of people in it. So that's kind of what you want to do. But to me, I want to hire for the morals and not the skill. You can teach anybody just about anybody to clean windows. It's not hard, okay? To perfect it, it takes a little bit, but it's not hard. You want somebody who represents themselves with your company culture. You want somebody that you can trust. You want somebody that you can leave alone. And that can be hard at times, especially since I'm seasonal. So, but there's company websites you can go on and find folks. I have people all the time asking me if I'm hiring, but it's mostly bums, probably can't say bums, homeless people, downtown Kalamazoo that, they want to work, I guess, but they can't seem to find any work. So they ask me if I'm hiring, and I politely tell them I am not at the moment. But just tons of different things that you can do to find folks. I would go against hiring family. I would go against hiring close friends, unless you're desperate or you want to lose a relationship, because 90% of the time it's not going to work out well. Things get a little sticky when you enter a leadership role within somebody that you've known for a long time or that you're related to. So I'll leave that at that. How did you design your logo? So my HW, me and my wife designed Hallman Windows. This guy right here, I got him off of Fiverr. Some guy made him for me, and then this logo is just kind of block lettering. So it worked out. It's a little long, it's stretched, but it works out. People like it, people love it, and yeah, it took me a little bit, but I like the end product there. So what do you look for when hiring an employee? Like I said before, morals. They got to have a good head on their shoulders. I could care less if you could clean a window at the time. I'll train you to do that. But you just got to be trustworthy, be reliable. That is so huge. I don't want anybody ghosting me. I don't want anybody working for a week just to get, $500, $600, $700 and leave. So you got to have a good training manual. Write everything down. That's one thing I'm going to be doing probably this winter. Everything I've learned from when I enter the home, from when I first get in contact with the client, I'm going to write everything down. That way, with the success that I've had over the last 5 years, it's for a reason. It's because I'm doing something right. So within that manual, it should guide my future employees to do the same things right. So how do you decide how and when to advertise so people come to your business? Like I said, they call me. They don't come to me. A lot of word of mouth, a lot of Google. They search window cleaning, boom, I'm number 1, number 2 on Google. I have over 200 reviews, 5-star reviews between Facebook and Google. I have more 5-star reviews than any other window cleaning business within Kalamazoo area. And that's been huge to my success. So you really got to look the part online. I look bigger than I am online. Most people call me and they think they're getting a company. They think that they're getting a, a big company, right? With 15, 20 employees. A lot of them are very surprised to know it's just me. So, but that's what you want, because eventually I am going to grow. And I also want to crack at some of these big jobs that come up that can be profitable. If I get a couple friends that I know that clean windows, across the state, they can come and help me. So, which we do that on occasion. How did you decide on your location? It probably means the location of your business. Like I said, I'm local. I was in Kalamazoo. Now I'm in Matawan. It's kind of where I'm based out of. I go from South Haven to Richland to, I don't know, up near Grand Rapids at times. I don't go into Grand Rapids, but, and then I go down a little bit towards Three Rivers and stuff. But, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, whatever you decide to do. If you want, the biggest thing that I love about owning my own business is the freedom it gives me. I worked for the man, for the guy, for the companies, whatever, from ages 16 to 30, okay? Nonstop, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs. And I always felt so constrained. I always felt so imprisoned to the clock. I can't come in, but I got to tell somebody, I got to ask for permission, I got to do this. If you have the drive, I don't have a degree. I worked for KVCC, I worked for Western, got free schooling, got about halfway done, and just kind of wasn't for me at the time. And I may go back and get something in business, but you don't need a lot of school education after high school, to, at least for home-based service businesses. And just learn the basics. You can take a couple classes online. There's free classes, for people pretty much anywhere and everywhere. If you want to get the basics, learn from people that have done it before you. Learn from people that are successful. Don't hang around with losers. If you want to be successful, you gotta be around success. And that's taught me a ton too. So, I think if owning a business and doing a lot of work, it is exhausting at times, but it's so worth it because I can make my own schedule. Last year I hit over 6 figures. It's, the money is good, but you're also working a ton, but there's some flexibility there. So to me, that was a freedom that I never knew, and I never knew I wanted, but now I don't ever want to go back. So, yeah, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm on Google, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook. Search Hallman Window Washing and I'll pop right up. You can text me, you can call me. I'd love to. I help folks all the time that have questions that are just starting out. And like I said, I by no means know everything, but I know a little bit to help you get started. And, if that's something that you wanted to do, I know guys in middle school, guys in middle school and high school that are starting home-based service businesses in their free time, summer, window cleaning, pressure washing. It's very profitable once you get the tools to do so. So thank you for allowing me to chat with you guys. Dan, thanks, man. I appreciate you, and I wish you guys the best, and I hope you have a great year.